that I stirred up a jealousy putting her in this house.
This is the one that has 5 bedrooms?
This has 5 bedrooms, yeah. Oh,
The
look.
bubble of opulence, Kody and Robyn Brown's $2.8 million mansion, and the rise of entitlement. Kody and Robyn Brown have recently moved into their new $2.8 million dream home, a sprawling 4,400 square foot mansion that, according to them, represents the pinnacle of their life after plural marriage. Yet, as viewers quickly notice, the reality of this lavish residence contrasts sharply with the humble beginnings and values that once defined the Brown family. Watching young Ari skip through the massive halls and declare that their previous $1 million house was too small captures a sense of entitlement that was almost inconceivable in the past. When a child perceives a home of this size as cramped, it is not merely youthful complaint, it reflects a household bubble insulated from the broader realities of life. Once upon a time, nearly 20 family members squeezed into the Lehigh house, and laughter, even amid discomfort, was plentiful. Today, the Browns seem removed from such experiences. Clutter, overindulgence, and a performative sense of suffering have replaced simplicity, humility, and shared faith. Even the adults, Kody and Robyn, appear to navigate life in a parallel universe, oblivious to the irony of their situation. Robyn once reminisced that her modest rental in Las Vegas was the nicest she had ever lived in, a sentiment inconceivable now when her children expressed dissatisfaction over a mansion capable of hosting a small country. The children's attitudes illuminate deeper issues within the family's value system. Ari, Aurora, and Brianna embody a generation accustomed to constant indulgence and minimal accountability. Aurora, at 23, and Brianna, at 21, still live in a household that encourages prolonged adolescence rather than adult responsibility. Kody's hands-on involvement in overly trivial tasks, such as brushing Solomon's hair, signals a household resistant to the demands of reality. Robyn's fascination with old-world decor and oversized furniture transforms the home into a showroom, rather than a functional family space. A dining table large enough to accommodate the entire Brown brood becomes a symbol of performative unity, while truly the teenage daughter is left without a dedicated room, forced to navigate life as a guest in her father's expansive home. The subtle hierarchy and misallocated priorities in this environment echo the family's detachment from grounded values. TLC's portrayal has not softened these impressions. The network deliberately emphasizes the Browns' lifestyle, capturing moments of performative exhaustion and aesthetic pretense, reinforcing the disconnect between wealth and emotional fulfillment. Even in episodes centered on mundane tasks, such as moving furniture or organizing the home, the underlying narrative of ego, indulgence, and hollow gestures becomes apparent. Kody and Robyn appear trapped in a loop of performative parenthood, where gestures meant to demonstrate care and unity are staged for the camera rather than rooted in genuine connection. Children's behavior and parental responses further exemplify a cycle of entitlement. Overprotection, lack of real-world challenges, and constant material provision create a climate where lessons of humility and responsibility are neglected. Moments that once celebrated resilience, adaptability, and shared laughter have been replaced by scripted gestures, decorative perfection, and a focus on appearances. The contrast between this environment and the chaotic yet heartfelt family life of the past could not be starker. This luxurious setting, however, is not devoid of symbolic meaning. Every oversized room, each ornate fixture, and every carefully arranged display tells a story of ego and aspiration, yet the lessons embedded within remain skewed. Children internalize a version of success measured by material acquisition rather than character, responsibility, or compassion. As a case study, the Browns demonstrate the tension between wealth and value, comfort and accountability, and appearance versus reality. For viewers and analysts alike, the moral implications are clear. Material success does not automatically cultivate virtue or strengthen family bonds. The Browns' narrative offers an opportunity to reflect on how parenting practices, wealth distribution, and environment shape children's worldview. Wealth alone cannot replace humility, integrity, or meaningful connection. As Kody and Robyn navigate life in their new home, they serve as both cautionary tale and living case study of the complexities inherent in balancing opulence, family dynamics, and legacy. The contrast between the Browns' current lifestyle and the foundational values of the family highlights critical questions. How do children develop empathy and responsibility in environments dominated by indulgence? Yet beneath the surface, a more instructive story emerges: how ambition, personal desire, and public exposure interact to create consequences that extend far beyond the individual. Every purchase, every publicized gesture, and every architectural decision carries both emotional and financial implications, demonstrating the interconnectedness of choice, consequence, and accountability. Robyn's role within the household underscores the interplay between aesthetic vision and practical reality. Her insistence on specific design choices and decorative flourishes contributes to the perception of opulence, yet often overlooks the functional needs of family members. The McMansion, while visually impressive, contains structural and design elements that complicate everyday life, illustrating the tension between artistic aspiration and lived experience. In a sense, the home becomes a stage, with each family member performing a role within a broader narrative of wealth, entitlement, and aspiration. In conclusion, Part 2 of the Browns' story reveals that behind the luxurious facade lies a complex interplay of finance, legality, and interpersonal dynamics. Ambition and ego, when combined with public exposure and shared resources, produce outcomes that are instructive, cautionary, and emotionally resonant. The Browns' journey illustrates how material success cannot fully compensate for the demands of responsibility, transparency, and balanced parenting. Wealth, while alluring, introduces challenges that must be navigated with insight, care, and ethical awareness, offering viewers an opportunity to reflect on the broader lessons embedded within this compelling reality. Family dynamics, emotional reflections, and lessons from the Browns' journey. Kody and Robyn Brown's story in the latest chapters of Sister Wives is not only about lavish homes, financial entanglements, or legal scrutiny. At its core, it is a story about family dynamics, emotional patterns, and the consequences of choices made in pursuit of personal fulfillment. The McMansion, with its sprawling square footage, multiple staircases, and designer decor, functions less as a home and more as a reflection of the couple's ambitions, ego, and the emotional environment they have constructed for themselves and their children. The younger Browns, who navigate life within this insulated environment, are illustrative of the broader cultural and familial consequences of overindulgence. Ari, Solomon, Aurora, and Brianna move through their daily lives accustomed to abundance, with limited exposure to restraint or structured responsibility. Observing their interactions, one sees the tension between privilege and personal development. The family's emphasis on appearances, comfort, and aesthetic curation subtly communicates to the children that self-worth can be measured by space, possessions, and the ability to perform contentedly for public audiences. Psychologists often highlight that when children are sheltered from routine challenges, they may struggle to develop resilience, decision-making skills, and independent problem-solving abilities. In this light, the Browns' home is not merely a physical space, but a symbol of learned behavior, shaping attitudes and expectations for the next generation. At the same time, Kody and Robyn's interactions with each other reveal patterns of performative partnership. Their communication often seems rehearsed, with moments of hesitation or awkward silence highlighting the absence of authentic dialogue. The dynamic between them is a dance of mutual expectation and deference, where each waits for the other to lead, validate, or assert authority. This observation provides an opportunity for reflection on the ways in which relationships can become performative when external pressures, public scrutiny, and family history converge. Even viewers who do not follow the show closely can recognize the universal truth embedded here. Communication, respect, and mutual understanding are foundational to family cohesion, and without them, the most extravagant surroundings cannot compensate for emotional distance. Meanwhile, the extended Brown family continues to influence the narrative indirectly. Former wives, adult children, and even grandchildren maintain a presence in the unfolding story, often highlighting contrasts in values, priorities, and personal growth. While Kody and Robyn pursue opulence and the symbolic power of space, the next generation, those who have moved away or chosen more measured lifestyles, illustrates adaptability, resourcefulness, and grounded living. This juxtaposition emphasizes that lifestyle choices are inseparable from personal development, and that familial influence extends far beyond shared physical space. It also serves as a reminder that visible wealth does not automatically translate into stability, contentment, or moral authority within a family unit. What roles do parents play in fostering character versus comfort? How can families maintain unity when wealth, appearances, and personal ambition intersect? These questions resonate not only within the context of the show, but as broader reflections on parenting, social expectation, and emotional intelligence. Financial challenges, legal entanglements, and the consequences of overindulgence. Kody and Robyn Brown's move into their luxurious McMansion has not been without complications. Beyond the aesthetic and emotional observations, the financial and legal realities paint a more complex picture. The very ambition that fueled the acquisition of this home has created vulnerabilities, particularly in the context of family finances and ongoing legal disputes with former family members. While the home itself stands as a monument to material success, it also serves as a testament to the challenges that arise when ambition, ego, and personal priorities collide with legal obligations and shared family resources. One of the most revealing aspects of the Browns' situation involves the process of securing the mortgage. In order to qualify for their new home, Kody was required to disclose financial details that he had previously kept private. Assets, liabilities, income, and loans, all elements that were once obscured by informal family management, had to be transparently recorded. This disclosure inadvertently empowered former wives, particularly Christine, with access to information that had long been concealed. In effect, the very ambition that led to the construction of this dream home also exposed financial decisions and imbalances, creating leverage in ongoing legal disputes. Christine's awareness of the financial paper trail illustrates a broader lesson. Personal ambition, if unchecked, can lead to vulnerability. By pursuing grandeur and an ostentatious display of wealth, Kody created circumstances that enabled Christine and other family members to hold him accountable. The irony of his actions is notable. The McMansion that symbolized independence and self-fulfillment simultaneously became a mechanism for oversight and legal scrutiny. In this way, the Browns' experience highlights the intersection of personal choices, family accountability, and financial transparency. Legal scrutiny has also extended to the involvement of other family members, such as Janelle and Mary, who have questioned the use of shared family funds to finance Robyn's new lifestyle. Trusts, mortgages, and property agreements have all been examined in the light of these transactions, revealing a tension between personal aspiration and collective responsibility. The McMansion, while ostensibly a private residence for Kody and Robyn, represents a broader ethical question. How should shared resources be allocated within a family, and what obligations exist to those who contribute indirectly to personal projects? Monthly expenses for the Browns' lifestyle amplify these concerns. With mortgage payments, utilities, vehicle costs, and other household expenditures, the couple faces a financial reality that demands a pre-tax income well beyond what many households consider typical. While television contracts provide a degree of income, the pressures of maintaining such an opulent lifestyle are palpable. Every purchase, from furniture to decor, magnifies the gap between appearance and sustainability, reminding viewers that material abundance carries its own obligations and stressors. Beyond finance, the episode also emphasizes the dynamics of entitlement and performance within the household. Children and adults alike navigate a world where indulgence often replaces responsibility, and gestures of parental care are entwined with public display, rather than private nurturing. Moments such as Kody brushing Solomon's hair or the extensive focus on decorative details reveal a household more concerned with appearance than with the cultivation of character, empathy, or independence. These patterns raise important questions about the long-term impact on children who grow up with wealth untempered by accountability. Public reactions and expert analyses often focus on the psychological and educational implications. Observers note that children raised in insulated, indulgent environments may struggle with resilience, delayed autonomy, and skewed perceptions of value. The Browns' situation therefore serves as a case study for understanding how family structure, financial choices, and social exposure shape young people's development. Psychologists emphasize that balance is essential. Children need both support and challenge to develop skills for adulthood, including problem solving, delayed gratification, and social responsibility. Media coverage of the Browns further complicates the narrative. TLC's approach highlights the spectacle of wealth, moving logistics, and interpersonal dynamics, often emphasizing conflict or drama. Public reaction to these developments reflects both fascination and critique. Audiences are drawn to the spectacle of the Browns' home, the quirks of daily routines, and the visible tension between performance and reality. Social media commentary and expert analyses alike underscore the emotional lessons embedded in the narrative. Overemphasis on material success, unchecked indulgence, and performative parenting can foster entitlement, hinder personal growth, and generate long-term familial friction. At the same time, the Browns' story offers viewers a chance to reflect on their own experiences with privilege, parenting, and personal ambition, encouraging thoughtful consideration of how values are transmitted across generations. Financial and legal challenges, which were central in Part 2, continue to inform the family's emotional climate. Decisions about property, trusts, and mortgages are inseparable from the relationships between Kody, Robyn, and their former family members. These pressures highlight an important educational takeaway. Transparency, ethical responsibility, and planning are essential when financial resources intersect with complex family structures. The Browns' experiences demonstrate how misalignment between personal ambition and collective accountability can lead to stress, resentment, and unintended consequences. Emotionally, the story of the Browns resonates because it is grounded in familiar human experiences: desire for comfort, longing for recognition, struggles with authority, and the challenge of balancing personal aspiration with familial obligation. By observing how these dynamics unfold, viewers gain insights into the intricate interplay between external success and internal satisfaction. The home, for all its grandeur, becomes a mirror, reflecting not only the couple's material priorities, but also their relational patterns, emotional choices, and the lessons they impart to their children. As the episodes progress, the Browns' narrative also provides opportunities for reflection on the moral dimensions of wealth and lifestyle. The contrast between generosity and self-interest, accountability and indulgence, and collaboration versus isolation emerges repeatedly. While the show highlights the drama and spectacle inherent in these contrasts, the underlying lesson is clear: family cohesion, emotional intelligence, and ethical decision-making are far more enduring indicators of success than square footage, luxury decor, or social appearances. The younger generation's experiences, shaped by both opportunity and limitation, illustrate the ways in which upbringing influences future behavior. Aurora, Brianna, and Aire, for instance, navigate a world structured around comfort and public performance, which may influence their sense of agency, resilience, and value systems. Observers can see how the interplay between parental decisions, household culture, and exposure to responsibility produces varied outcomes, offering lessons not only for the Browns but for any family considering how wealth and privilege affect children's development. Ultimately, Kody and Robyn's story on Sister Wives is not just a tale of luxury or mismanagement. It is a microcosm of broader human experiences. It offers insights into ambition, the consequences of choices, the importance of ethical responsibility, and the centrality of emotional intelligence in family life. By watching the Browns navigate their opulent yet complex lives, viewers are reminded that success is multidimensional. It encompasses not only financial and aesthetic achievements, but also emotional resilience, ethical clarity, and authentic relationships. In conclusion, the journey of Kody and Robyn Brown stands as a multifaceted narrative that combines family dynamics, financial realities, emotional reflection, and educational insight. It illustrates how personal choices resonate across generations, how ambition can bring both rewards and unintended consequences, and how the true measure of a household is not its size, opulence, or public image, but the depth of connection, accountability, and values it instills. For audiences of sister wives, this story serves as both a captivating narrative and a source of reflection, offering lessons on the interplay of wealth, responsibility, and human relationships. The Browns' experience ultimately reminds us that a house may be built with brick and mortar, but the foundation of family must be constructed with care, understanding, and integrity. Thanks for watching.